And we are back live from the Kansas City Athletic Club for the Ektelon WPH Fireball Handball 3-Wall Classic. Alongside Robert Gaither, my name is Dave Vincent. Operating the camera, Omar Lemus. He's also a bartender, apparently. This is game number 2. Ryan Willis serving to the Great Dane, Dane Szatkowski. After Dane Szatkowski won the first game, 21-18. Actually, might have made it to 19, Ryan.
I believe he did.
You can correct me anytime you want.
I will do that.
I'm so used to sitting next to Fink.
He's a lot better at this than I am. At least at correcting you. Now, Dane's shirt says Gardner. Is that on everybody's shirt, or is that?
Yes, Mike Gardner, the infamous former pro handball player that made it as high as, I believe, 5 on the pro tour, maybe as high as 4. Quite the character. Spent some time in Tucson, Arizona as well, and maybe time in a halfway house. We don't really know.
We don't
but
really.
The point is,
there's things that are better left known when it comes to Mike Gardner.
Well, we are honoring him with these shirts here. You see the Fireball Classic on the front and then Gardner's name on the back. People are going to see that and think of Alan Garner.
With an extra letter. And that is an excellent serve, as he doesn't even go for it.
I don't even know if Dane knew that ball was served.
No.
When you put that Gardner shirt on.
Mike Gardner, originally from St. Joe, Missouri, played football at Kansas University. Oftentimes, his style of play on the court was likened to a middle linebacker, so he was very intense.
Oh, ball's just barely in.
Very nice pass.
If Dane doesn't watch out, Ryan Willis is going to take this game off of him. You saw how much improvement Ryan has made in his 3-wall game.
That ball could have been called a screen.
Referee's on the right side for it not to be a screen.
Because he could see it perfectly.
Yeah, it looks good to him. Actually better for him. Love to give you the score, but referee is denying us a chance to actually hear that score.
Very nice controlling.
3 or 4-0 here.
Doing an excellent job controlling the front court here to start the second game, as he's moved out to a small lead here.
I'm going to call it 3-0. That's long.
See you guys tomorrow.
My name is Dave Vincent, alongside the partner here, the Robert the Natural Gaither.
Just call me Roy Hobbs. And that could be not a good shot. Oh. I was expecting Dane to hit the right corner with that one, but instead hits the ball out.
That was literally out, too. Five to 0? Sorry, I cannot give you the score here. It's just the referee's not giving it to us. But I know we're close.
I thought I almost heard him here 9, but I don't think there's been enough points to be 9.
I don't think they've hit the ball 9 times yet.
That was the right corner I was expecting Dane to hit on the last point.
That's a good serve there. Smart serve.
The ball's called short.
3-wall is not easy to ref. I've seen a lot of refs roam in the backcourt after the rally starts. They start walking around and following the ball and getting into it so they can see it better. I've seen refs just stand in one spot and never move.
It definitely takes some practice.
I've seen them stand behind the pillar and just peep over and watch from a different angle.
And when you ref three wall, a lot of it determines on where they're playing the game. If they're playing the front court, then you can obviously stand in the middle and the back. But if they're playing a deep game, you pretty much have to get out of the way. And that's, I think, when you see people move off to the side and just kind of peer over from the side as they're trying to stay out of the way from the deep court rally.
And a timeout call here from Ryan Willis, who
was given a couple points of that early lead back here.
I'm really kind of amazed at the score here. There's no way Ryan Willis has 9 points, but I keep hearing the word 9. What's going on here?
I could have sworn
and
he
I'm
said
not
9.
even a drinker. Well,
not much.
I don't consider this drinking. You're watching the Ektelon Fireball Handball Classic here live from the three-wall courts in Kansas City, Kansas. Brought to you by the WPH. If you haven't bought your WPH membership, please consider it at WPHpass.com. We'll throw in the Dave Chapman instructional handball video as well as a dry fit WPH tournament shirt worn by guys like Dave Chapman and Dane Szatkowski.
Did you actually get one that they wore?
Yes, not washed. Dane seems to be scoring points.
The serve, switching to the serve has definitely been effective as he's got a couple of easy points to get back in the game.
About 4 easy points, and they're all going down that right wall. The score is 6-9. I don't recall Ryan scoring 9 points, but make that 7-9. You have to remember, he was 9-0 because I thought it was 5-0, but it was really 9-0, and now it's 7-9.
And reverse hop. You're so used to hitting that natural, which comes down the wall, and then you throw in the reverse, bounces off the wall and hits you in the stomach, which is exactly what it did to Ryan on that one. That's going to be a nice shot, which an excellent get. And Ryan ends the point with a nice
Dave Chapman-like paddle
kill down the left wall. Again, you see a much different style of play here with the darkness setting in. The guys are not ready to move behind that white line very, very easily.
Almost like we're watching a four-wall match here. The ball almost made it to the front wall.
An excellent serve.
Listen for the score here. 11 serves 8.
Ryan getting back some of that momentum that he lost.
Nice get right there, and it doesn't make the front wall, but almost did. 8 serves 11.
You don't see that two-wall pass in three-wall as much as you do in four-wall, but it can be a very effective shot, especially if your opponent's in the front court.
Ooh, and Ryan came back out and then hindered him. If Ryan would have just stayed where he was at, he would have
probably won the point.
Yeah. I like that.
That ball.
And so does the next door neighbor. Dane just hit that thing into
the law offices next door.
Down the street. This is the final webcast match of the day. Kansas City Athletic Club three-wall handball tournament here at the three-wall courts in Kansas City, Kansas. Dane Szatkowski wins the first game 21-19. Now it's Ryan Willis leading the second one.
Mixes up the serve. Oh. I think that was a lot better return than he was expecting from that serve. Ball just clears the short line, and Dane was all over it.
8 serves 11. Good serve. Better return though. Now it makes you wonder why a player just doesn't do that shot every ball they hit. I mean, that ball's sliding down off that deep right wall toward the out of bounds line. You can't meet it because it's about 10 feet, maybe 8 feet up on that side wall. So you have to catch it at the line. It's one of those that I'm going to store for later.
Using the ceiling shot as an offensive weapon. Brian showing that he belongs in this match. The first game wasn't a fluke, and that he's here to win it.
I believe we're at 13-8.
Oh, and that's something he wants back. He misjudged the ball hitting the sidewall and was not there in position to hit that cutoff.
It's the announcer's curse there.
I'll say something bad about him next time so he can get the serve back.
Yeah. Listen for the score here. Well, he says it so fast. David Brainerd changed his cadence. He was saying 9 serves 13. Now he just says 9-13.
Score ref. I'm sorry. I know the girl's
right. 9 serves 12. Good serve right there from Dane Szatkowski.
I took the cooler and I packed it with beer to the car. Beautiful stuff.
Ryan backs into Dane a lot.
And he ends the point with a nonchalant kill. Straight in, straight out.
Now there's a timeout call here from Ryan Willis. You're watching the Ektelon Wph Fireball Classic Outdoor 3-Wall Live Webcast. Brought to you by Tom Little, Bill Austin, Russ Finkel, Tom Marks, Jay Bridenthal. Can't read your writing here, Robert. Jake Esser.
Joe Andrade.
Joe Andrade, that's right. Pat Kelly. The Board of Public Utilities. I like that when the public utilities get involved in sponsorship.
That means they're not going to turn the lights off here in the middle of the tournament.
Jim Costantino, Wally Turpin. Love Wally. Matt McLaughlin, who's on his way to Colorado, getting text updates. And Jimmy DeVito, also part of the sponsorship team.
Jimmy DeVito, one of our good friends from Chicago that has come to and supported our tournament in years past. Good to have him back.
And of course, staples like Tom Kopp and John Duma, Terry Peterson, Nick Scherzer, his father, I believe, Pat Scherzer, also part of the donation and volunteer team. Tom Dizador, Tommy Little Jr., Tommy Sr., we mentioned him, and also Meredith and Eliza and everybody involved in that little family that actually isn't very little.
That's right.
It's a pretty big family.
And going back to Pat Scherzer, Pat is one of the gentlemen that's very instrumental in us actually having the courts. One of the guys that stepped up when we really needed to kind of make us go over the top. You know, we weren't sure if we were going to get the courts. We weren't sure if we were going to get some of the things approved, and he really stepped forward and got a lot of stuff done for us there, which allows us to have these courts, a facility unlike pretty much anywhere else in the country, where we own the courts, we own the club, we can get to control what's going on here, and Pat was very instrumental in allowing us to do that. So, you know, doesn't play as much handball as he used to, but again, a wonderful supporter and a good friend for the game.
Score is now 12-12, I believe, all together at 12. Dane Szatkowski won the first game 21-19, and Ryan Willis fought very hard on that first game to win that. And then finds himself the loser, and then comes back here and plays Dane fairly tough. You have to kind of give the nod to Ryan for his attempt out here so far. Normally, you score 19 points off a legend like Dane Szatkowski, a three-wall legend. You kind of wilt in the second game, but he's holding true here. I believe the score is 13-12.
Well, and if Dane doesn't change his serve, who knows how this game goes? I mean, he has gotten back into this game with this serve down the right, which Ryan is having all sorts of trouble with. He's throwing in naturals and reverses, and then a sidewall here and there for good measure, and that is an interesting move on Dane's part. Not sure how he was trying to get out of the way of that one.
Ryan seems like he's frustrated, but Billy, he put a good shot on there. He might have won that point if he wouldn't have got upset about the screen. Now he's frustrated. He might call a timeout here. And I'll tell you, it's dark over in that right corner. If the lights had one weakness, it's over there on that right side. And look at that shot from Dane Szatkowski. Now he's starting to walk a couple points here. See if we can hear the score, Robert.
Nope.
No clue. This is where I usually make up a score.
This is where we would ask our good friend Bill Strawn what the score was, because he is the legend at keeping score.
Dane's making some crazy shots right here.
Well, they're crazy for us, but they're routine for him.
16-12 is the score.
So he's taking back control of this match.
There's a reverse. He makes that 17-12.
Gets a service winner on
Ryan's
that.
going to have to call a timeout here soon if he isn't already doing it.
He's so used to calling the timeouts when he gets a side out. He hasn't been able to get that side out. He
right.
I think he surrendered 2 or 3 more points because he was trying to get that timeout before, or get the side out before the timeout.
Yeah, that's his 5 unanswered points now for Dane Szatkowski, who just seems like he just hit his groove here. He said, you know what? I need to get to the hotel. It's almost 10 o'clock. Dane Szatkowski is the 5 seed in this tournament. That puts Ryan Willis at the 11th seed. You're watching the Ektelon Wph Fireball Classic, Kansas City, Kansas. 3-wall outdoor pro prize money tournament. We have over $15,000 in cash and $4,000 for first place. And a pretty good lineup too, with Dave Chapman, Emmett Pichotte, Luis Moreno, Dave Fink, Dane Szatkowski, Bill Mihelis. Up-and-comers like Marco Lemus here today. Nikolai Nahorniak still in the event, playing Emmett Pichotte tomorrow.
We are missing a couple staples of the tournament. Chip Morales and Armando Ortiz, who are...
Chip's playing the California 3-wall state championships with Armando Ortiz.
They've been to this tournament a number of times, and I believe Armando has won this tournament.
I'm not sure the doctor has allowed Armando to fly yet due to that open heart surgery that he recently had. I think that's what's keeping him back. Score should be 12-17 here. Second serve.
And with Dane sitting at 17, Ryan's really going to have to get back into this match right now on this serve.
13-17.
Or he might see this game disappear shortly. Not a lot of arguing in this match, though.
Oh, Dane's one of the nicest, classiest dudes out there. If you blur your eyes, you think you're watching Tony Healy. And if Ryan was reffing himself, there would be a lot of arguing. I believe I'm hearing 13-18 here. Make that
ball finds the night.
14-18, I think.
And Ryan doing an excellent job staying in this match. Knows that he can't give up the serve because Dane has gotten some easy points on his serve the last couple ends.
There's a setup. It's going to check up. Ryan does not go for it.
Ball hitting the crease on that one.
Wow. Gotta be kidding me. That's a great shot right there. Ryan's going to feel that tomorrow.
That shot from Dane looked like a page out of Bill Mahilis's book, but Ryan be able to get up there and get it before the second bounce.
Well, Ryan had to do it.
Diving is not highly recommended in 3-wall as the floor is fairly rough. It's a little different than the indoor game. You dive on this floor, you're going to probably have to take a blood timeout.
Wow, now Ryan's scoring some points. Let's listen for the score here. 15-18?
I believe he said 15-18. And that ball's right on the line.
And it made it to the front wall,
and he
skips it in. Wow. I agree with both of these guys. I actually agree with it. Ryan is right. They were talking. He turned around and he's talking during his shot. And Ryan's saying to the ref, both of you guys are talking during my shot. And then Dane says, as he rolls it out, what are you going to say? Ryan did the right thing by playing through like he's supposed to, but he
definitely was correct that they were talking.
16-18.
Excellent serve. Oh, he should have cut that one off.
That's a point. 17-18.
Again, getting your opponent that deep allows you to do certain things up in the front. That ball's not really down, but when the guy's 50 feet from the front wall, it's a good shot.
Score is 17-18. They replayed that other one, and that might come into some kind of factor in a little later on, because Ryan does have I believe, an argument here that it could have been an avoidable for talking during the shot, which would have been a free point. I don't know if you're going to go to that extreme, but referee was talking back to
right. According to the rule book, it should have been an avoidable hinder.
Should be a tied ball game. But then
Ryan again gets lazy on that one.
But then again, Dane won the first game 23-19.
That's
so
right. That's true.
He won 3 times. 19 serve 17. Very impressed with Ryan Willis here.
Again, I thought that's what we were going to be seeing the entire match. Just ceiling shot bomb after ceiling shot bomb, and Ryan has done an excellent job of staying away from that game and being able to control the front court and stay in the match.
Now Ryan calling a timeout here. The score is 20-17.
I guess that was a good time to call a timeout, as he might not have another chance.
This is the opening round for Dane Szatkowski, and he looks like he's gone through a couple rounds with Mike Tyson. This is a very long match.
Probably a little more difficult match than he was hoping for in the first round of this tournament.
He was like, Ryan will who? And then he found out Willis has got game.
And did Ryan have a previous round?
I don't think he did, no.
And that is the best sounding score we've heard the entire match.
This is a nice shot right there. That's going to check up.
Oh, and that's
a replay.
That's a replay.
Although that was going to go over to the YMCA.
It certainly was. As we can see from here.
That was 2 blocks over down the street. That one was heading off to Jupiter.
That one was wide left, but does hit the light. And since we don't know for sure that it would have hit the YMCA, we have to play this one again.
Well, it was definitely going to hit someplace outside of this ballpark. I like it. Nice shot from Ryan Willis right there. That's the one that comes down on that wall that you see Dane do and Dave Chapman do and Emmett Pashot do to their opponents, and that was a Ryan Willis shot. If he can perfect that, he can go places. 17 serves 20. He lost the first game 21-19. He needs 4 points. He just got 3 in a row recently.
And he gets one there.
Wow, that was close too. It takes some moxie.
That was McEnroe-esque letting that one go on that one.
Ryan turned around and smiling to the crowd who's kind of cheering him on here. 18 serves 20 now. And that's long. I like to see Ryan go for a ball that's just over the short line. He has Dane playing back really far here, kind of on his heels. Now Dane takes a step up to the long line. No screen call.
Gets a screen call. Dane doesn't like that screen call as he saw the ball perfectly.
It's almost like you're forced to call it though. I mean, it was so close. I say there's a little distraction in a way, but I felt out of all the balls that went over server's head, that one was the closest screen call.
Right.
That's a great serve. Wow.
Dane gets back in, serving for the match here.
That's the serve that's been getting Ryan, and it's an out.
And just out. And that had some movement on it. That was a decent hop there from Dane.
He reversed that away. See what Dane does on the second serve.
He's going for the crack.
I like that return from Willis. Dane's so dangerous up there. And there it is.
You go for that, you have to hit it because he's going to make you pay.
Dane Szatkowski wins the opening round 21-19, 21-8. Now goes into the quarterfinals. We're going to take a very long time out.
Several hours, I imagine.
It's been a long day for us here at Webcast Central. You had a good time, huh, Rob?
I had an excellent time. Thanks for having me.
I'm not fishing, but I'm just wondering. That's going to wrap up our webcasting day for Omar Lemus, Dave Fink, who was on earlier, and Robert Gaither. My name is Dave Vincent, and all those that helped put on the event here today at the Ektelon Wph Fireball 3-Wall Handball Classic at the KCAC. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. for our first match, Nikolai Nahorniak and Emmett Pashot in the men's round of 8. It's a money tournament here in Kansas City, Kansas. Robert, anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
Just thank everybody for joining in, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. For Omar and Robert, my name is Dave Vincent. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Is that right?
Central Standard Time.
Okay, great. You stick around, though, at WPHlive.tv. Good night.